Hello, today I'll be talking about integration by parts, which is a way of undoing the product rule in calculus. So let's start by looking at the product rule to see where we go from there. So the product rule says that the derivative of a product, you can say u times v equals the derivative of u du dx times v plus the derivative of v times u. Okay, so that's true. So what we're going to look at today is a way of undoing this. And then we'll look at an example. So what we want to do is integrate u times v. So let's first simplify this. We can write this without the dx's because there's a dx everywhere. I'll make it a little easier. So let's say this is different color. Du times v equals du times v plus dv times u. Okay, so now we're going to look at ways of integrating this. So let's start by taking the integrals of both sides. So integral of this side, integral of this side. Follow this in parentheses. Okay? So on this side, these cancel out, and we get new color. Again. So u times v equals, we can rewrite this, smooth things. Integral of v du plus integral of u dv. Now this is the standard integral notation anyway. So it kind of works out. So now we're just going to solve for either one of these. We can solve for this one. So we'll say, I'll erase something up here. I'll erase this. Okay. Okay, so we can say integral of u dv equals uv minus this integral. All we did was move things around. And we will use this model to solve integrals of products. Okay, so let's erase this again. Now that we've got that. Okay, so let's solve a problem and then apply this. So the problem will be, what is the integral of x times sine of x dx? Now we couldn't have done this problem without knowing this because there's no rule other than this that allows for multiplication in integrals. The integral doesn't distribute. Okay, so now we have to look at this model and compare. So integral, the u have to be x, and dv would be the sine of x. Okay, so now let's make a chart and say u equals x, we'll put du equals, and then v equals, and then dv equals sine of x. Okay, so now we need to solve for these two. Du, that's just the derivative of x, we can say is dx. V, we just integrate sine of x and we get negative cosine of x. And now we just use this information and plug it into all this. Okay, So with that information, we see u times v. So this equals u times v, which is negative cosine of x times x. I'll move the negative in front. Negative x times cosine of x. Okay. Minus the integral of v, which is negative cosine of x, du, and we found out du equals dx, which is perfect. Okay, so that's the answer, except we need to simplify this. Integral of negative cosine of x equals negative sine of x. So this part right here equals negative sine of x. So then we can just move this down, and negatives will become positives. So we get our answer to be negative x cosine of x plus sine of x. Okay, that's the answer. So we were able to integrate a product now and get an answer with respect to x, which is exactly what we needed. So problems like these are possible now, and calculus is a little bit easier. Alright, thanks for watching.